Today we are on lesson Today we are on lesson 138. Heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven is a choice, because here we believe there are alternatives to choose between. We think that all things have an opposite, and what we want, we choose. If heaven exists, then there must be a hell as well, for contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real. Creation knows no opposite, but here is opposition, part of being real. It is this strange perception of the truth that makes the choice of heaven seem to be the same as the relinquishment of hell. It is not really thus, yet what is true in God's creation cannot enter here until it is reflected in some form the world can understand. Truth cannot come where it could, only to be perceived with fear. For this would be the error. Truth can be brought to illusions. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome, and it cannot come. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites. Decision lets one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Without decision, time is but a waste and effort dissipated. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There is no sense of gain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you, when there is really one choice to make, and even this but seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubt that myriad decisions would induce. You make but one, and when that one is made, you will perceive it was no choice at all. For truth is true, and nothing else is true. There is no opposite to choose instead. There is no contradiction to the truth. Choosing depends on learning, and the truth cannot be learned but only recognized. In recognition, its acceptance lies, and as it is accepted, it is known. But knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to teach within the framework of this course. Ours are teaching goals to be attained through learning how to reach them, what they are, and what they offer you. Decisions are the outcomes of your learning, for they rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are and what your needs must be. In this insanely complicated world, heaven appears to take the form of choice rather than merely being what it is. Of all the choices you have tried to make, this is the simplest, most definitive, and prototype of all the rest, the one which settles all decisions. If you can decide the rest, this one remains unsolved. But when you solve this one, the others are resolved with it, for all decisions but conceal this one by taking different forms. Here is the final and only choice in which truth is accepted or denied. So we begin today considering the choice that time was made to help us make. Such is its holy purpose, now transformed from the intent you gave it, that it may be a means for demonstrating hell is real, hope changes to despair, and life itself in the end must be overcome by death. In death alone are opposites resolved, for ending opposition is to die. And thus salvation must be seen as death, for life is seen as conflict. To resolve the conflict is to end your life as well. These mad beliefs can gain unconscious hold of great intensity and grip the mind with terror and anxiety so strong that it will not relinquish its ideas about its own protection. It must be saved from salvation, threatened to be safe, and magically armored against truth. And these decisions are made unaware, to keep them safely undisturbed, apart from question and from reason and from doubt. Heaven is chosen consciously. The choice cannot be made until alternatives are accurately seen and understood. All that is veiled in shadow must be raised to understanding, to be judged again, this time with heaven's help. And all mistakes in judgment that the mind has made before are open to correction, as the truth disseminates them as causeless. Now are they without effect. They cannot be concealed, because their nothingness is recognized. The conscious choice of heaven is as sure as the end. The conscious choice of heaven is as sure as the ending of the fear of hell, when it is raised from its protective shield of unawareness and is brought to light. Who can decide between the clearly seen and the unrecognized? Yet who can fail to make a choice between alternatives when only one is seen as valuable? The other is a wholly worthless thing, but imagined source of guilt and pain. Who hesitates to make a choice like this? And shall we hesitate to choose today? We make the choice for heaven as we awake and spend 5 minutes making sure that we have made the one decision that is sane. We recognize we make a conscious choice between what has existed and what has nothing but an appearance of the truth. Its pseudo-being, brought to what is real, is flimsy and transparent in the light. It holds no terror now, for what was made enormous, vengeful, pitiless with hate, demands obscurity from fear to be invested there. Now it is recognized as but a foolish, trivial mistake. Before we close our eyes and sleep tonight, we reaffirm the choice that have been made each hour in between. And now we give the last 5 minutes of our waking day to the decision with which we awoke. As every hour passed, we have declared our choice again in a brief quiet time devoted to maintaining sanity. And finally, we close the day with this, acknowledging we chose but what we want. Heaven is a decision I must make. I make it now and will not change my mind because it is the only thing I want. Lesson 138. Heaven is a decision I must make. Okay, let's see what Magdalene has to bring to us today. Greetings, beloveds. Each of us have the ability to decide to choose how it is that we will experience our existence. The choice for heaven, the choice for love, the choice for light, the choice to leave behind the unconscious decisions that were made so long ago, that were filled with the fear and the anxiety and the pain and the regret and the guilt and the shame, while deeply immersed into an existence of supposed reality. All of this, beloveds, can indeed be vanquished by making a conscious choice for heaven, a choice to live in a realm where there is love and abundance and happiness and joy. And this choice for heaven, beloveds, is ours to make at every moment, in every circumstance. For we are within the realm of time and space. There has been a choice to have a portion of our existence once again make the choice for heaven at every moment. For when you rest in heaven, it is the default. And yet when you have entered this realm, this dimension, you are constantly presented with the opportunity, will I choose heaven or will I choose hell? And the choice is indeed for each one of us to say, What I choose is a pathway of love. What I choose is a pathway of peace. It allows you, beloveds, in each moment to wonder if the thoughts and the beliefs and the decisions and what it is that you are experiencing are in fact real. Allow yourself to pause, beloveds, and to question at each moment, is this truly what I want? Is this coming from a desire deep within my heart? Or is it coming from a decision that I have made for fear and then living out those consequences? When you allow yourself to come to your heart, you need only breathe and turn within to find that delicious reservoir of love that exists as you. Let that be the brush with which you paint your reality, beloveds. Understand that heaven is truly but a decision away. And allow yourself to pause and to find that within. We have had many practice periods where we have continued to walk the path towards heaven. And here and now, we have the ability to choose heaven, to actively and consciously say, Holy Spirit, guide me, direct me on my path as I may come to witness myself and others, as I may come to observe and to see that I am not these circumstances, I am not these feelings. They move through me, they are guided with love, but rather allow me to be where heaven is, to be as heaven is. And you are once again returned to your divine connection, to all that is holy and all that is pure, and all that is beloved and all that is beautiful, and all that is you. And then you look and you see heaven upon the face of another, and you witness them, and you feel that same sense of love and gladness to be in their presence. And you come to know that God, in her infinite glory, wishes only for you to be reminded of your birthright. At the moment of creation, you were birthed into heaven, and there you have remained. So allow yourself, beloved ones, to come to the truth today, that heaven is indeed but a decision away from you and exists within you. And make that choice with love, with laughter, and with light. And you will truly find that you have all that you have desired. For truly the desire is to reconnect with the infinite, which exists within. Take the moment to breathe, beloved, and pause. Pause long enough to question everything that has come before. See if it is coming from the heart or if it is coming from a mind that has chosen madness time and time again. And allow your hearts to be aligned with the will of God, the mind of God, the love of God, for that is truly the extension of truth that you are, beloved one. Beauty incarnate. Know that you have our blessings. And beloveds, when you become confused, when you feel that you are lost, ask for assistance. Ask for us to come and show you the way. The pathway back to your heart, the pathway back to truth, and the pathway back to heaven, which is merely but a thought within your exquisite mind. And here we greet you and we say, welcome home. Blessings to you, beloved ones. Gorgeous. Heaven is a decision I must make. Lesson 138. I wish you all the most beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.